Shalom, it's Danya. I was going through some stuff. I wanted to share this with you. Look, I found a card from like 20 years ago. It says, everything is fattening. Bad news for people who eat. That's what it's like trying to keep your life together, right? You're always like watching your waistline and watching time and trying to stay within the boundaries of what you can do while you still have energy before the end of the day. So I want to talk to you real quick about one of the things that I reverse engineered that my young folks wanted to know how to live life, like work-life balance. So they went and found one of these. I've kept journals since 1907, and I have the same to-do lists of my 10 commandments from way back then. And this is a picture of me and Mark when we were first in ministry together. That's me and my mom, right? And that's me and my little Joe, who's a grown man now, and me and my little baby Sim, who's another like college, high school graduate, right? Ready to go to college. This is how long I've been color coding the weeks. And it goes pink, yellow, blue, green, pink, yellow, blue, green. The reason it doesn't look like that in this Gregorian month from way back then is because I was trying to stick to the Jewish calendar. And I was trying to keep all the Jewish calendar holidays and days of the week and everything else. And what I found out is that it's too complicated because we live here in America. So when we went back and looked at 20 years of me color coding, the girls asked me, how did you do this and why don't you just do it on a calendar? So I did a calendar last year, but it's actually better as a planner. And I'll tell you why. If you want to live here like with our Gregorian months, the best way to live a Shabbat life is to recognize that since we're going by these dates and not the dates on the Hebrew calendar, I simply color code my Shabbats. Pink, yellow, blue, green, and then if there's a fifth month, gray. Pink, yellow, blue, green, gray. That's the same order as the rainbow. And then I use purple for the spring for seed time, and then I use orange for harvest time. Seed, right, flowering trees, harvest, that's the fruit that I am always interested in is love. I always want to have a life that's full of love. So this planner has 2 kinds of pages in it. I wanted to show you how I actually did them. I could show you in my old planner, SuperDuper quick. That's how stringent I was about trying to keep my life in order. That's too much for now. This planner leaves you wide open to do whatever works for you. So let me show you how I do it. These are my planning pages, my Shabbat. And this is all I do when I fill it out, just a couple things I want to remember, because the weekly it's up the week, then down the week, and then you go to the next day and you have your Shabbat, and then you plan for the next week. The reason I'm bringing all this up is because I want you to know I don't plan out my whole week. I front load my week, knowing that by the time I hit that Tuesday night mark, I've only got a few days to get to my Shabbat, and if I plan too much here, I won't finish what I started here, because life's a revolving journey. Last thing I want to show you is this. On our app, we put this in here to make it super easy. Maybe you don't need a planner. Maybe you have a million other ways to plan your life. But we have a calendar here, and here's how it works. The calendar is pink, yellow, green, blue. Pink, yellow, green, blue, because green, right, is made from yellow and blue, and you mix them together as paint as kids, and it's that way on the rainbow. So the reason this is pink down here is because it's another new moon coming. Did you notice that the new moon always falls on, right? Falls on pink week. But this right here, pink week, is the first week, the first Shabbat. So we start studying here, but by the time Shabbat comes, you want to celebrate as a community. So this is meant to give you an opportunity to fill in all kinds of notes about like what you're doing. Like I put in grocery lists, I put in appointments for my kids. Like I try to recognize that my life is run by God's calendar, not man's calendar. So I don't care whether you use a Hebrew calendar or a Gregorian calendar. There's still only 4 Shabbats in every month. If you use a Gregorian calendar like we do here in America, this is a really easy way to color code your weeks. And we do it for you here on the app. And you'll notice we even do it in our newsletter banners. We do it like today, it's obviously yellow week because I'm wearing yellow, right? Because this is the second Shabbat of the week that we're coming up on. Try to give yourself a break and recognize there's certain things that you can only do once a month or twice a month. And because Shabbat is the holiday commanded by God, if you count your Shabbats and color code them, and then realize that there's 2 seasons, your seed time and harvest, it just kind of makes life a lot easier to make space for God. Have a great day.